1997 was a bit of a mess for Sonic. Once again, no mainline Sonic game, and it's not like Sega isn't working to try to make a 3D one. It just keeps getting scrapped because it's not good enough. This year we did get one game though. We got Sonic R, which is a 3D racing game where Sonic and friends are racing on foot. The game controls really poorly, but once I kind of figured it out, it still played poorly, but less poorly. Basically, you can't play it like you are on foot. You gotta play it like you're in a car, and that means drifting and such. It also means you don't hold forward on your control stick or D-pad. And once I figured that out, it was less bad, but still bad. The goal of the game is not only to win the races, but to collect 5 coins to unlock a character, and collect the Chaos Emeralds to unlock Super Sonic. There's only 5 tracks, and not a ton to do in the game, so that's what you're gonna do. The game also features Sonic's friends, and some new characters, such as the Tails doll, a robot doll that went on to spawn creepypastas, and Metal Knuckles, which has always been cool to me, and Eggman Robo, which is just a Robotnik robot. Well, the game feels like garbage to play, and somehow feels slippery and stiff simultaneously. It does have one thing going for it. The music for this game is incredible, absolutely amazing, one of the greatest soundtracks ever. It's a very different vibe from the other games, but it's very fun, and I will play some unless it won't let me.
Can you see the sun is shining on me? It makes me feel so free, so alive. It makes me want to survive.
Absolutely insane. You never know if a Sonic game will be good or not, but you can usually count on the soundtrack to kick ass. Now we also got Sonic World in Sonic Jam. Sonic Jam is a game compilation, but it includes this little 3D world you can run in as Sonic. And while usually I won't mention game compilations, I feel like I have to mention this one because of the little Sonic world. This was a prototype of a game they were working on for the Saturn that didn't happen, and they saved this little 3D land for you to kind of run around and see. That game would have been the Sega Saturn Sonic Adventure that never ended up happening. There's also a lot of art that was in the Sonic Screensaver program for computers, so that's cool and I really enjoy this. But yeah, in terms of games, that's really it. Sonic, who was once standing toe-to-toe with Mario, is again not really doing much this year. Well, I guess there was also this Sonic AWP slot machine, but I don't know that that really counts. This year did have a ridiculous amount of comics though, so on to those. Starting with Archie, we got the start of a whole comic series dedicated to Knuckles, in which Knuckles finds out Echidnopolis is real and, still exists, and that his parents are alive. And he's also spending a lot of time teamed up with this other echidna named Julie Sue. Then there was a one-off Sonic comic about Sonic 3D Blast, which has artwork that's kind of video game-like, and I dig that. Sonic Live is a one-off with a terrifying cover, and in this one, kids are pulled into the TV to live in Sonic's world to help him battle, and it's weird, and I don't like it. And the live-action kids were Ken Pender's son and niece, so that's interesting. Then we got Sonic Quest. This one is a 3-part miniseries, and while not a lot happens worth mentioning, Dr. Robotnik does get an exoskeleton. He calls the exoskeleton, and that's cool. And then there's Sonic Special, where it's revealed Sonic's parents are alive and still roboticized, and it deals with roboticized people who have their brains back but not their body. And this is a really interesting concept that they don't go too far in, but I'm interested in them continuing. There's also a Sonic vs. Knuckles special, which felt like deja vu. I feel like I've seen this before. Now, as for the Archie Comics mainline series, Sonic and Knuckles are still fighting, so why do we even need spin-offs if they're gonna be fighting every 10 episodes? King Acorn, he's slowly becoming an entire crystal, and Sonic needs to figure out how to stop that. We also find out how Eggman, Sally, and Sonic all grew up together, which is yet another retcon because that's not fucking true. We know his other origins, and at this point it's hard to even attempt to keep up with continuity if the writers aren't even gonna try to keep up with it. Also, Robotnik's name is Julian now, which it is not. Ivo was his name, but no, it's fucking Julian now. And then there's this part where Knuckles becomes enslaved to this rabbit, and god damn it, am I attracted to a Sonic character now? You can't do this to me. Leave me out of this. I don't want it this way. Fuck you. Bunny Rabbit and Antoine are kind of a thing now. We got another bit of Sonic being framed and no one believing him again. And come on guys, we just did this story. Crocbot, he has this inappropriate tank body. And at some point we find out Julian is the son of Ivo, but how the fuck does that make sense time-wise? I don't know. This was issues 42 to 52. I wasn't digging it. Meanwhile, over at the Fleetway UK Sonic, the creativity is also fading. And they're doing cheap parodies, kind of like what Archie was once doing. They got The Incredible Bulk, which is actually a movie that happened way later. It's not tied into Sonic, but still involves this purple monster with green pants. We got Zed Monkeys, which is a knockoff of the X-Men, and Zed is how British people say Z. And Dark Visor, which is a knockoff of Darth Vader. Story-wise, Sonic is still stuck in the Special Zone with the Chaotix, and Tails and the Freedom Fighters, they're on Mobius. Robotnik's doing bad shit on Mobius, and Lord Sidewinder, he's doing the bad in the Special Zone. There's also this character named Lightmare, like a play on Nightmare, but like a good guy, Lightmare, who pretends to be evil but is really helping Sonic, and she's kind of neat. Eggman is building this battery using people, and that's terrifying, and Super Sonic returns, and he goes into attacking for like a page, and then he finds out he can't store power anymore due to the asteroid's electromagnetic field or whatever. So he just kind of leaves. He just kind of goes and does other things, and he's a good guy now, and no one knows he's still out there. Well, they know he's out there, they just don't know where, and that he's good now. And now he like doesn't want to turn back into Super Sonic because he's afraid like evil stuff is going to happen if he does. And also keep in mind that Sonic and Super Sonic at this point are not the same person anymore. They are two separate people. Sonic helps with elections, and Tails looks stupid until he gets hypnotized and thinks he looks cool, which he still is not. Dr. Robotnik is now working with ancient aliens, and he creates a new Metallix, which is designed after Knuckles. And keep in mind, Metal Knuckles and the new Metallix are different, and Amy's wearing different outfits, and I don't think it fits her personality, and there's a cross. Why the cross? Is Christianity a thing in Sonic now too? Sonic has to fight the new Metallix, and we end the year with Sonic beating up Santa Claus because he mistook him for Robotnik. This went from issue 94 to 119, and I'm really excited to almost be done. I got one more year of this era,